Viewers, it seems that another siege of Tigray is in the making. Tigray is already under a siege on all sides. There is no corridor available for Tigray to connect with a country or state which is friendly towards Tigray. Only corridor that Tigray can have is with Sudan through Western Tigray. But a new situation is developing which shows that even if Tigray succeeded in taking control of Western Tigray, it could still be under siege. Why I am saying that? The reason behind that, viewers, is the situation which is evolving in eastern Sudan. Firstly, you know, viewers, that Tigray is under siege. To the east, there is Afar. To the north, Eritrea. To the south, Amhara. To the west, Volkayat, Humera, Sagade, which were part of Tigray before the start of war in November, are now under the control of Amhara forces, ENDF, Eritrean forces. Amhara region says that these areas were part of Tigray, but they were annexed by a TPLF government in 1990s. So there is a border dispute between Tigray and Amhara. Western Tigray is under Amhara control. That is why Tigray is under a siege. And that is why Tigray Defense Force entered Amhara region to put pressure upon Amhara forces to take back Western Tigray. We have seen at least 4 offensives on Gondar from Tigray Defense Force. TDF wanted to cut off Gondar and Western Tigray. It wanted to force Eritreans, Amharas out of Western Tigray. It could not succeed. Even if it succeeded, Tigray could still be under siege. Why am I saying that? Viewers, in Sudan, protests have been going on for more than 2 weeks now. We saw a coup in Sudan. Some Sudanese military officials, they tried to stage a coup. The coup did not succeed. After that, Sudanese military and Sudanese politicians, they started accusing each other. Sudanese politicians accused Sudanese military, and Sudanese politicians said that military was not being reformed. Sudanese military said that politicians were responsible for worsening economic conditions. That is why coups will keep on happening. Now, after that, protests started in eastern Sudan. Where is eastern Sudan? Kassala, Red Sea state, Gaddaraf. These states of Sudan are called Eastern Sudan. Kassala and Red Sea both share border with Eritrea. Gaddarif shares border with Tigray. The protests are being carried out by a tribe called Bija tribe. This tribe has reportedly backing of Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki. We have seen a statement from the head of this tribe, head of one of the subgroups of this tribe, Muhammad Tariq. He praised Isaias Afwerki in his speech, and Muhammad Tariq vowed to fight Eritrean enemies as well. He said Bija would fight enemies of Eritrea. So Isaias Afwerki and some subgroups of Bija tribe, they are on the same page. And some sources say that Ethiopian and Eritrean, both governments are backing Bija tribe. This tribe, which is protesting, it has blocked 2 major oil pipelines. One is used by South Sudan to export oil, and the other is used by Sudan for its oil imports. And these Bija tribe protesters have closed Kassala airport as well. Port Sudan, Sudan's main port, it is still blocked, it is closed. Sudanese government just a few hours ago, yesterday in fact, called upon Bija tribe to open Sudan's port. Port Sudan, Sudanese government said that Sudan was running out of fuel, medical supply, situation was becoming dire. But Bija tribe, its subgroups are not opening Port Sudan. They could announce a separate state, Eastern Sudan state, in the coming days. If it happens, if Kassala, Port Sudan, and some parts of Gadaref, they become a separate state, then this separate state would be under the influence of Eritrean president, as I told you about a statement of one of the leaders of Bija tribe. So Tigray would still be under siege even if TDF took control of Western Tigray, because Western Tigray shares border with Gadaref, and Western Tigray, through Western Tigray you can move towards Kassala as well through Eritrea. So even if Western Tigray came under TDF, TDF would need Port Sudan. TDF would need Kassala airport. But if these main places are under those forces who are being backed by Isaias Afwerki and Abiy Ahmed, PM of Ethiopia, it means that Tigray would still be under siege. It would not be able to make use of Kassala airport and Port Sudan in Red Sea state of Sudan. That is why I'm saying that a second siege of Tigray is in the making. Bija tribe is being backed by Eritrean president. So far, there is a stalemate. Negotiations between Bija tribe and Sudanese authorities have remained unsuccessful so far. Sudanese military is playing the role of a spectator. It wants to push politicians against the wall. It is not working proactively to resolve this conflict in Eastern Sudan. If Eastern Sudan becomes an independent state with the backing of Isaias Afwerki, Tigray would come under more pressure, and Tigray will have to join hands with Sudanese government, which does not want a separate Eastern Sudan state. So Tigray and Sudan will have to join hands against Eastern Sudan New Republic. Situation overall is not very positive for Tigray viewers. Second siege of Tigray on Sudan side of the border, it is in the making. Officially so far, Eastern Sudan separate state has not been announced, but some analysts say that it could be announced. These Bija tribe people are fighters. They are called Janjaweed of the East as well. They are known for their fighting capabilities. And some sources say that Eritrea is involved in supplying weapons to these Bija tribe fighters. And some analysts further say that Ethiopian government is also supplying weapons to these Bija tribe fighters through Eritrea. Ethiopian weapons are reaching Bija tribe through Eritrea. Speculations, I won't confirm all these claims. But since Ethiopian government is accusing Sudanese government of backing TDF and Kimant fighters, we have seen statements from Ethiopian government, from Amhara regional government, that Sudanese government is backing TDF fighters who are being trained there, who are being armed there, who have tried to enter Ethiopia from Sudan. So while Ethiopian government is accusing Sudan of backing TDF, it could be Ethiopian government could be backing Bija tribe fighters as well through Eritrea. Second siege of Tigray is in the making, viewers. Thanks for watching.